Hey everyone, today I am back sharing another process video, and this is my first layout using the November 2015 Hip Kit. It has some gorgeous papers, and they're exclusive papers, some of them designed by Kim Watson on the design team. And what I did here was I took a piece of pattern paper, and it has different sayings in the background, but I thought it was in kind of muted down color, so it wasn't going to be too busy for me. So I took some distress ink in cracked pistachio, and I'm just using the famous smooshing technique that everybody does, where you just put your ink onto your packaging, spray a little water into it, and then just turn it over and smoosh it down on your layout. And so I did that around my layout and got it to where I thought I wanted it, and I will go back later and add more, but for now I move on, and I decide that I want to take this paper that has these little triangles, and I'm gonna create a strip of paper that goes along the top of my layout, but instead of cutting it straight across, I cut along the triangle so it has a jagged edge instead of a straight edge across. And you'll be able to see it better once I get it actually onto the layout, but I'm going to put it right up there at the top of my layout. And so I lay things out again just to make sure that I like the way it's going to look. And there we go. Okay, I was going to say, I know that I glue that down fairly early, and I go ahead and I commit. So I'm going to put that up at the top, and of course I don't get it on straight. I do that all the time. So I pulled it off and I'm sticking it back down again, and I just used my Scotch ATG gun to glue that down. So now I am trying to figure out papers that I might use to back my photos. And in the kit there were these exclusive little cards that came, well, I think some of them are. Some of them might be part of the Pink Fresh Studios papers, but I'm not sure. But I did take some of those, and I put one under the small photo on the right, which had presents on it, and I thought I was going to keep that there. I'm going to end up moving that later. But I found another card, and I liked the one with the red. And I will say the pictures in my photos that I'm using in this layout, they had a little bit more of your traditional Christmas colors instead of funky Christmas colors, but I was determined that I was going to make it work with my kit because I have been neglecting my kits. And so when I got this, I'm like, I'm busting into this thing and I'm going to do this. So I just decided that I would find a way to make this work, even though the kit doesn't have really traditional Christmas colors per se. Don't get me wrong, there are reds and greens and things, but there's also pinks and different tones of green, things like that. So I found that card and I cut it on the diagonal so that I could put part of it under each of the small photos. And so then I was struggling with the rest of the paper that I wanted to use for that. So you'll see right there, I have a 6x6 piece of paper, and I actually pulled that from a 6x6 paper pad that I have that's from the Pebbles Christmas collection from last year. I don't remember what that's called, but I just found a piece that had green trees, but they're kind of like a bluish green, so they really coordinate well with these papers. And it's such a small amount that I'm using that it really didn't matter anyways. So I'm going to mat both of those small photos using half of the little card and then half of a piece of the Pebbles 6x6 paper. And so I get it on my left photo, and now I'm looking at my right photo and I'm trying to attach it there. So I figure out how I want that. I cut out another little piece from the Christmas tree paper, and I just put my photo on there, and I think I might have already stuck it down, but maybe not. And I'm getting it trimmed there. I'm not very good at cutting straight lines, so it's never straight if I actually cut it without using a trimmer. But whatever, not gonna worry about it. So here I go again, I think, doing more of the smooshing. Yep. So once I laid my pictures down, I was like, I need a little bit more of that color showing. And then I decided that I was going to pull out this stencil because I've used it one time before, and obviously there's not a whole lot of times I can use this, especially living in Florida. So I pulled that out, and then I just used some modeling paste. And you'll see there, you can see I have that pink washi around there. It's because I only wanted to use one of the snowflakes on there, and it's one of the smaller ones, but I knew I only wanted to put a few of them, and I didn't want to have to worry about the small holes that were around the snowflake because it's supposed to look like snowfall with the snowflakes. So I just covered those up with the washi, and I just went around my page and put a few snowflakes, and I cut some of this out so you didn't have to watch me do all of it because it's just the same thing over and over. And I turned my paper upside down, and I'm doing it up at the top, just a few of them. So now I got that on there, and then I decided that my snowflakes weren't showing up enough, so I took my Wink of Stella clear pen, and I just went around each one of them, and I was just doing it really sloppy, and just outlined each of them, kind of just colored around them. And in real life, it really looks cool. You can see it pretty good, but in the pictures and in this light, you're not going to really be able to see that. In fact, you can barely even see the snowflakes with or without the Wink of Stella on there in the video. But in real life, it looks super cool. So I really wish you guys could see that, but sorry. So I am still working on outlining those. I mean, you can see it a little bit, I guess, on the video here, but you don't get to see it for long. So I then decided I wanted to mat my large photo. So you'll notice now that that has a piece of paper behind it, a red piece. And that is also from that Pebbles collection that I used, the 6x6 pad. And it's just red with kind of like a cream chevron through it. It's really small, so you don't really see it much. But I, once again, needed something a little more traditional Christmas color. So I used the red. And I'm really bad about purchasing 6x6 paper pads and then forgetting about them. So I've really been trying to make an effort to use my 6x6 paper pads. So when I get a kit or I'm trying to work on a layout, whether it be from a kit or just my stash, I'm trying to really incorporate 6x6 pads in as well as my normal 12x12 papers. So now I've got where I want to put these pictures. So I put the large photo down, and now I'm getting those two small photos, and I kind of stuck them a little bit underneath the larger photo. And once I do that, I believe I'm going to start with the embellishment. And there are all kinds of good embellishments in this kit because we got the ephemera pack from Pink Fresh Studios, and we also had some exclusive embellishments as well in the kit. And we also got the thickers from the Maggie Home Shine collection, and those are so much fun. And I knew the minute I got those that I wanted to actually color those with Copics. And so I get to do that for this layout. And I'm filming this on my iPhone, so I can't always tell what I'm doing, but it looks like I'm putting my title down now. And we also had some October Afternoon letter stickers in our kit, and they're the ones from the Daily Flash, where they have the large alphabet on one side and then the little tile letters on the other side. So I spelled out Christmas Eve with that, and I really wanted chaos to be the key word here because my daughter is dumping the stuff from the box that her gift was in. She's dumping it over her head. So I took the word chaos, and that's where I used my Copics, a red one, and just colored certain spots on each one of the letters. So I get those stuck down, and now I'm going to go and look at my embellishments. And I do need to go back and journal on this layout. I just wasn't quite sure where I wanted to do it because I liked the way it looked when I got done, and so I was kind of unsure about it. So I do have to go back and do that because I do like to put some kind of journaling on there, or at least a date. But with this, I really wanted to tell the story of this because we have a tradition of letting her open one present on Christmas Eve, which My youngest daughter actually understood that last year for the first time when she did that, and that was kind of cool. I'm going to do a layout about her too. But my older daughter has done this and knows how it goes, and that she picks out a gift that she gets to open on Christmas Eve every year. So this was her one gift, which happened to be her peridot earrings, which is her birthstone. And she had wanted those earrings really bad, so she had no idea she was getting them. So that was her surprise gift. So I looked through some of the embellishments and pulled out some of the things that I liked. And I believed I pulled out some little they looked like little gift boxes. And I also used one of the wood veneers. And when I first put the wood veneer down, I didn't like the way it looked. It wasn't standing out enough to me, but I didn't want to color it. So I put it on one of the printables, the exclusive printables that we have now. I just stuck it on there and then glued that whole thing down. And then I used some of the little gift boxes, like I said, by my title. And I add a couple other things around my large photo and my left photo. And I'm working on that now. And so I pulled the Christmas tree from the ephemera pack. And I wish I would have remembered the puffy stickers, because we also got the puffy stickers. But I forgot about them. So that's okay. I'll use them another time. But I pulled the Christmas tree out of the ephemera pack, used that. And I also am right now using one of the little glitter Christmas trees. We got these silver glitter trees. They are so cute. So I decided I wanted to use one of those. And I was having issues getting it down straight. So I fiddled with that a little bit, as you could see. And then we had some exclusive flair. And that one said Merry and Bright. So I'm putting it right there between my large photo and the photo on the right, because I thought it just needed a little bit something up there. And now I think I go to maybe some of the little silver snowflakes. Yes. So they're little silver snowflakes. They kind of also look like asterisks as well. But I'm going to go with snowflakes since this is holiday stuff in here. So I end up using 3 of those. And also I did put some sprinkles on my layout with I took pigment ink and put it onto a piece of packaging, and then used a paintbrush and just flicked it on my paper just to add a little more color. I just didn't have that on video, so I just wanted to mention it. And here I put a little banner up at the top. So I used more of that Pebbles paper up there to do the red banner piece. And then the black banner piece, well, the white and black banner piece that I'm gluing down now, that is another from the print and cuts that we get as members. So I used that one, and then, so here I go putting that 3rd snowflake. I'm looking for a place to put it, and I'm going to put it close to there, I think. Come on. Okay, yes. And then I fiddled with that a little bit, because they're really delicate, and the pieces are thin, so I wanted to get it on there straight. So then I go back to this banner and decide that it needs a little bit more, so I take another one from the print and cuts and stick that down up there. And once I do that, that is pretty much the end of my layout for now. And I will have some still shots coming up, so you will see those. And I will be back soon with another video. Thanks for watching, and thanks for all of my new subscribers. I really appreciate you subscribing to my channel. And I will see everyone back here soon.